Hey, welcome to 10 licks inspired by John Mayer. So I'm going to go through 10 different kind of concepts and ideas that have been influenced by John Mayer's playing. A lot of things that he's come out with are influenced by guitarists that go back, like Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, but there's also some modern techniques involved that he's applied on top of these guys' structures that they've already, that we know kind of and love so well. There's lots of bending, lots of sliding, and it's all pretty applicable to modern blues, to rock, to soul, R&B, jazz, if you're brave enough. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So this John Mayer lick is in the key of G major. It's inspired by the solo and gravity. First thing to note is using fingers, thumb and middle finger for this. You can use thumb and first finger, whatever suits. The thing to watch about it is because it's climbing up the neck, it's very easy to land on the wrong fret. So the best way to get around that is just practice slowly and try and get the position shifts as accurate as possible. And then the next one's more of a shift. So yeah, once that's nailed, you've got the lick. Here it is in context. So this riff is based around all the standard bar chords. There's an A flat, an E flat, F minor, D flat, and then at the end there's a G flat. It's sort of in the style, like it's from a John Mayer track, but it's a lot of this rhythm guitar playing is in the style of Hendrix. So there's a lot of sixths going on, and then there's this really common sort of inflection thing where you go. Where you take the root position of the chord and you slide up to the third and you play the first inversion and then you do this hammer on and then go back down. So that's like all over Mayer's playing, it's all over Hendrix's playing. I think once you get that move, the rest of the lick is, it'll come pretty naturally. Another one that's pretty important to do slowly and with a metronome and make sure that you're not rushing ahead of the beat. This lick is really interesting. It's from John Mayer's latest single, I Guess I Just Feel Like, and it's like a pentatonic, well, sort of pentatonic based tapping lick. So it starts off with a really simple motif. which everyone knows. And then you tap the 12th fret with your right hand. I use the middle finger because it's, again, that just sort of makes sense to me because I'm plucking with the thumb in the middle. But you can obviously use the first finger if you want. And then the next section of it is kind of the trick. You sort of, you kind of pluck again without releasing the note. You know, you let the bend down while your finger is still on the 12th fret, and you slide it down to the 11th and give it one of them. This one took a while to get down. To get it sounding really smooth, it'll take a bit of work because it's quite an unnatural movement, but well worth it because it sounds great. Here's the lick in context. So you can do it in different positions of the pentatonic scale. So this is a cool, kind of fiery pentatonic lick. It's pretty short. It starts off with a bend at the 12th fret. And then you play the same note, the A, on the B string. And you just descend through the pentatonic scale. I think the trick to making this lick sound quite cool is the little kind of flurry at the end. Sort of, you know, get that just as quick as possible, and then cut it off straight away. Here's the lick in context. This is another John Mayer / Jimi Hendrix inspired lick. I'm playing in A flat major. It's very easy to transpose because the two positions I play the lick in are just an octave apart from each other, so it's the same fingering in each area of the neck. You need that kind of Hendrixy hammer-on thing. And just repeat it down an octave. And then slide back down to A flat. Here's the lick in context. This lick is on the more aggressive side. You're sliding up to 13th position and bending up a tone. Really quick, let it go, and then there's just like a hammer-on pull-off blues vibe going on after it. The trick is in you know, it's kind of like that other lick with doing that one. It's all in the accuracy of where the slide ends up. And it sounds kind of funny when you do it slow, but it's worth it. Here's the lick in context. This is a pentatonic lick in the key of A. It's over a groove similar to Who Did You Think I Was? And it uses a kind of bending idea that's very common in Mayer's playing. So you bend up, come down, and then you apply a bit of vibrato, and then go flat third to the root. And then the next line is just going from the flat 7 G down the pentatonic scale. Right hand wise, sometimes it's nice to sort of play it a bit sloppy, you know? Or you can play it clean. Depending on the context, I think both options work. Here's it in context. This lick is inspired by Stevie Ray Vaughan, who was inspired by Albert King. So it goes back a long way, and each guitar player has sort of put a more, I don't know, modern kind of slant on it, or their own kind of slant on it. So pentatonic based, bend up to the 5th, do it again. And then with the second finger, you bend up to the 4th, the D, and that's where the key of that's where the characteristic of this lick is. And then back down, minor third to root. Here it is in context. Loads of crazy vibrato in that as well, I think gives it the aggressive vibe. So this next lick is sort of inspired by I Don't Need No Doctor, the live version from the Where the Light Is DVD. It's based around the E blues position, and yeah, a couple of different triads used. There's like an A triad over the E bass. Then there's like an E7 chord hammered on. And then some pentatonic stuff. One of the kind of cool ways to make this sound right is to rake through the strings. I think that downwards rake really kind of gives it a good feel. Yeah, all the other stuff in between is just kind of fragments of different licks. Yeah, this one's pretty fun to play. You can do this, you know, all through a blues. this sort of idea was touched on in an earlier lick. It's, you know, a way of embellishing the A-shaped bar chord. So we're doing it in C here. So there's your A-shaped bar chord. What you do is you slide up to the major third into like a first inversion. And the great thing about this position is you can just really easily hammer on or 2 frets above. Yeah, it's a great way of playing chords. It gives you more freedom than, you know, if you were to be stuck down here. You know, you know, you don't have many places to go. But when you go up here, it just opens up a whole load of doors. Something like that.
If you learned something from this video, check out Pick Up Music. We have hundreds of lessons from the world's top guitar players. You can start your 14-day trial today.